Your greatest pain could be your greatest profit. Welcome to my channel. I am your coach, and today we're going to talk about how to take your pain and turn it into a paycheck. You know what? Pain is powerful fuel. Struggle is powerful fuel. Failures are powerful fuel. Hardships in life are powerful fuel. What you do with that fuel, whether you let it sit inside of you and rot you from the inside out, or you capture it and harness it for good, that's the difference between being a success and being a failure. You see, when we go through pain, we have two choices. One is to become bitter, resentful, angry, and just give up. Or the second one is to capture those emotions and harness them to use them at a later time. The great thing about pain is that once you go through it, if you come out the other side, you are forever changed by it. And I want to tell you something else too. You will never forget the feeling of that pain, but you get to decide what that pain means to you. Some people, when they go through pain, they become bitter. They start blaming people. They start blaming circumstances. They start blaming things beyond their control. And then they say things like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong place. I didn't have enough money. My parents weren't supportive. The economy sucks right now." Look, these things all suck, okay? But you're not the only person that went through it. There were millions of other people that went through the exact same situation as you, and they didn't make the same excuses that you're making. When you look at some of the most successful people in the world, they will tell you that some of their greatest pain became their greatest fuel. Look at Magic Johnson. He was 6'9", played basketball in the NBA, got HIV, had to retire. Now he owns 10 different businesses, has over $200 million in the bank, and he does really well for himself. When you look at Steve Jobs, he was kicked out of his home by his biological parents at the age of 13 years old. He ended up becoming one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time, started Apple Computer, which is now worth more than $2 trillion. He also started Pixar Animation Studios, which would go on to produce Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., Cars, Finding Nemo. And Steve Jobs said that if he had to do it all over again, he wouldn't change a thing, because all of those experiences made him who he needed to be able to accomplish what he accomplished. What about Oprah Winfrey? She was sexually abused at 9 years old, got pregnant at 14 years old, got kicked out of her home. She did not have an easy childhood, but she channeled that into building the biggest media empire for African American women that this country has ever seen. J.K. Rowling wrote the Harry Potter books after her mother died. She was depressed, she was broke, she was on welfare. She wrote Harry Potter to make her daughter happy because her daughter was going through a difficult time. And next thing you know, that book series is worth $25 billion. Look at the guy that invented Post-it notes. He actually invented it accidentally. He was trying to invent something else and it just didn't work. But it ended up working for something else, and that product is sold over 10 billion Post-it notes every single year. Now, you've heard all of these stories before, but I want you to think about something. All of these people went through pain, but they had a choice. They could have chosen to become victims of their circumstance, or they could have chosen to become victors of their circumstance, meaning they overcame their circumstance. And they decided to use their pain and turn it into profit. And so here's the question I want you to ask yourself. What are you going through today that you can use to build something amazing tomorrow? Because whatever you're going through, I promise you there's someone else going through the same thing that you're going through, and they're doing better than you are. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to complain about it? Are you going to make excuses for it? Blame somebody else for it? Or are you going to choose to rise above it and use it as fuel to push you forward? Now, if you're saying, "John, I just don't have the skills, I don't have the education, I don't have the money," that's where you're wrong. Because if you have pain, you have the ability to learn those skills. You can learn it online. You can go to school. You can read a book. You can talk to people that are doing the thing that you want to do. There are a lot of people that make excuses that they don't have any money. But guess what? You don't need any money to start learning a new skill. If you have pain, you have the motivation to go and get the education. There are so many free resources out there to help you learn. It's 2022. You literally have Google in your pocket. So I want you to start thinking differently about pain. I want you to look at pain as a fuel that you can use to run your dreams. I want you to look at pain as a source of strength, and I want you to understand something. The more pain you've been through, the stronger you should be. You've already done hard things in your life. How do I know that? Because you're still here. You're still alive. You're still breathing. You're still kicking. That means you've already done hard things. And so whatever you're going through right now, I promise you, you've already done hard things. Some people avoid the things that cause them pain. They avoid the things that make them uncomfortable. And so here's what happens. If you're avoiding certain people, places, things, activities, conversations, then you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself to never truly be free of that pain because you're constantly running from it instead of running towards something. I always tell people, if you hate your job, quit. Go and get another job. Find something that you love to do. Don't just stay at something that you hate because you're afraid of losing it. See, fear will paralyze more people than failure ever will. And so what I'm telling you to do is to use your pain as fuel, but you have to capture that fuel and put it in a jar and then use it at a later time. You see, emotions are energy in motion. Energy cannot be destroyed. It's going to be used one way or the other. Either it's going to be used for good or it's going to be used for bad. Think about a sprinter that's running a race. If he doesn't use that energy in the race, that energy will be used in some other way. Maybe he'll trip over his own feet and end up missing the finish line. See? You've got all this energy inside of you from all of this pain, all of this struggle, all of these emotions, and you have to either use it in a positive way or a negative way. Which one are you going to choose? Because listen, your pain is a source of power. It's a source of strength. It's a source of motivation. Use it, capture it, harness it, channel it, churn it, let it push you forward. Build something amazing out of it. Turn that pain into passion. Turn that pain into drive. Turn that pain into purpose. And look, I know that sometimes things feel overwhelming. Sometimes you feel like, oh man, I'm never gonna make it. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna accomplish my dreams. The pain is just too much. The struggle is too real. Listen, take care of yourself first. Make sure that you're taking care of your physical health. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Make sure you're talking to people. Reach out to people. Talk to people that you trust. Talk to people that you love. Talk to people that support you. And then after you've taken care of yourself, then go out and use your pain to build your paycheck and build your future.